Good morning, art enthusiasts! Welcome to Vintage Art Museum. We are very grateful to walk you through in learning the life of our greatest national hero, which is Dr. Jose Rizal. And are you familiar with him? Do you see this picture? I'm sure he is a very well-known guy to you guys, right? And I don't want to, keep you waiting all along. And I'm also 100% certain that all of you guys are very, very excited now to discover the life of our national hero. So we would like to welcome you all to the first station of Rizal early life. We are very delighted you found your way here. My name is Mark, and I have here Christine with me as your docent for today. Okay? So just a quick information in the station. This station features the formative years of our national hero. In this phase, we will be able to discover the characteristic of our national hero and what inspires her the most.
Oh, hi, Mr. Mark. May I know if Jose Rizal is complete name?
Oh, that's a good question, buddy. Did you know that the complete name of our national hero is, a quite long one? His full name is actually Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonzo Riolonda. He was also actually born on June 19, 1861 in Calamba, Laguna, Philippines. And he is very well known as a man of letters.
Oh, hi, Mr. Mark. By the way, sir, if you don't mind, can you tell me why he is known for being a man of letters?
Yes, sure, not a problem. You know what? Jose Rizal was known to be a man of letters. It is for the reason that his life and all of his literary works, had a greatest impact to the Philippine nationalist movement. And I'm also certain that you came across his literary works, one of which is the Noli Me Tangere. Those literary works have put him in the epitome of knowledge. And apart from that, guys, he also led several reformist groups to empower the principles and their faith with the Philippines. He deserves all the acknowledgement and honor. And aside from that, Jose family resided on the rented land owned by Dominican Catholic order, which made them a prosperous farming family. And I can see and feel that our discovery is getting exciting now. And for us to continue this excitement, here is Christine Bucadon to tell us more about the early life of Rizal and his family's background.
Alright, we are still on the first station, and at this juncture, we will learn the family background of Jose Rizal. Jose Rizal came from a wealthy family in Calamba, Laguna, considered one of the largest families in those times. The 13th member family consisted of his father, Francisco Mercado II, his mother, Teodora Alonso Riolanda, himself, 9 sisters, and 1 brother. Despite the fact that the family was descended from a Chinese immigrant, the family chose the surname Mercado as their last name to conceal their ancestors' origin due to anti-Chinese attitudes at the time. Also, of all the person who had the greatest influence on Rizal's development as a person was his mother, Teodora Alonso. From his mother, he learned the primacy of improving oneself. Thus, growing up, he took pains to comprehend the logic of mathematics, write poems, to draw, and to paint.
Welcome to the third station of the Art Gallery of Life and Works of Rizal, We are glad you made it here. I am Dan and I'm with Mary, and we are your docents for today. Just a quick information about this station. This station features all the writings of Rizal. Well, he was just a prolific writer known behind his famous adage anchored to his name, "The pen is mightier than the sword." Well, through his literary masterpieces, he voiced a strong opposition to the abuse of Spaniards and conveyed messages that he hoped would help his fellow countrymen.
Although Jose Rizal died for his country at young age, his list of literary works surpasses many writers who live a full lifetime. These works are notable for both their place in Filipino independence and for their beautiful language.
Alright, so do you have any question, guys?
Me. Could you please tell me the most important writings of Rizal?
Sure. Well, every writing of Rizal depicts various aspects of life, so all of them are very important. But let me walk you through the most notable writings of Rizal. There are actually 8, and first on the list is To the Filipino Youth, which he wrote when he was still studying at the University of Santo Tomas. This work beams with strong messages to convince readers, the youth in particular, that they are the hope of the nation. The second one is Goodbye to Leonor. This literary piece gives an insight into the romantic relationship of Rizal and his beloved Leonor Rivera. The third one is To the Young Women of Malolos, which highlights the qualities that Filipino mothers should possess, the duties of wives to their husbands and children, and a counsel on how young women should choose their lifetime partners. Number 4 is Kundiman, which professes his intense love for his motherland, and this piece reflects his high hopes that one day the Philippines will be free from treachery and injustices. Number 5 is Junto al Pasig. Its theme highlights Christianity, good versus evil, and paganism. Number 6 is Nole ni Tanghir, which is written to expose the ills of Philippine society during the Spanish colonial era. And number 7, El Filibusterismo. And this novel exhibits a dark theme in which it depicts the country's issues and how the protagonist attempts to make a reform. And the last on the list is Mi Ultimo Adios. And he wrote it on the eve before his execution. So those are some of the most beautiful and thought-provoking writings of Rizal. I hope you grappled each one of them.
Wow, he is truly a hero and a man of intellect. Well, among all the writings of Rizal, which one was written to expose the brutality and corruption of Spanish rule in the Philippines?
Written in Spanish and published in 1887, Jose Rizal no Limitangher played a crucial role in the political history of the Philippines. The book, written in Spanish, is a sweeping and passionate unmasking of the brutality and corruption. Drawing from experience, the convention of the 19th century novel, and the ideals of European liberalism, Rizal offered up a devastating critique of a society under Spanish colonial rule.
Hello there, welcome to another station of Rizal's Life and Works Art Gallery. I am Steph and I am with Rafi as your docent for today. And in this station, we will talk about the exile and execution of Jose Rizal. Oh yes, do you have a question?
May I ask why was Jose Rizal exiled by the Spanish government?
Okay, for his works calling for reform in Spain, Rizal was eventually banished. So in 1892, he returned to the Philippines where he was immediately accused for plotting to start an insurrection. So he was exiled to an island where he taught for the next 4 years. So during this period, he met Josephine Bracken, who would later become his wife. They applied for a marriage license, but it was denied due to his church problems. So in year 1896, revolt from Spanish reform was out of hand, and Rizal opposed the violence openly. So he decided to visit Cuba and was granted permission to do so. So on the way to Cuba, he was detained and thrown into jail. So he was tried by the courts and charged with the crimes of conspiracy, rebellion, and sedition. So Rafi, can you please continue?
Yes, despite denying the charges vehemently, he was sentenced to death. Approximately 2 hours prior being executed, he was permitted to marry Josephine. December 30, 1896, he was shot by a firing squad at the age of 35. Now, Jose Rizal.
Do we still remember the works and contributions of Dr. Jose Rizal today?
Now, Jose Rizal is remembered today throughout in the Philippines for his brilliance, courage, peaceful resistance to tyranny, and compassion. Now, Filipino school children study his final literacy work, a poem that called Mi Ultimo Adios. It means my last goodbye. And also his 2 famous novels. Spewed Jose Rizal Martyrdom, the Philippines Revolution continued until 1898. With assistance of from the United States, the Philippines archipelago defeated the Spanish army. So that's for the Philippines declared independence from Spain on June 12, 1898, becoming the first democratic republic in Asia.